first two are going to be for your gluteus medius muscle. So for these, you're going to lie on your side. You're going to want to take your bottom leg and bend it at about a 90-degree angle at the knee. That will help you to stabilize on your side. And then you're going to lie down like this. You want your shoulder, your hip, your knee, and your ankle to all be in alignment. And you want your hips stacked one on top of another. And I'll explain why that's important in just a moment. We're going to take our leg straight, rotate our foot in, and then we're going to slowly bring our leg up and down like this. This one seems deceptively simple. Seems like, wow, this is going to not be any big deal. But if you are doing it correctly, you're going to notice that it is very quickly, within 4 or 5 reps, you'll already be fatiguing out. Ways that people will cheat on this, they're not cheating because they mean to, they're cheating because it feels weak, and their body's trying to figure out a way to do it, is that they will not have their hips stacked on top of another. They'll roll their hip back this way. When they do that, they end up using their quad, which is much stronger than this gluteus medius muscle. Also, they might take and bring their leg out in front of them, doing it over here, or not internally rotate their legs so they're here doing this. If it feels too easy, it is probably that you're doing it wrong. Sometimes I'll have a person go and scoot back against a wall so that they know their hips are stacked on top of each other. I'll have people do a set of 10 of these, slowly going up as far as they can and coming down. Just like this, everything in a line. And then I'll have them switch, roll over to the other side, and do that same exercise. So, bending at 90 degrees, so it gives you stability. Hips stacked on top of each other, legs straight, rotated, hip rotated in, and then coming up and down, staying in that line, going up as far as they can and back down. Where you should feel this exercise is right in this area here. The next one, it actually does involve a little piece of equipment, but something you can pick up pretty reasonably. It's just a band. You can take a banding material and tie it so that it fits good, but what we're going to do, and I'll put a link down below where I get my bands. What we're going to do is have the band just a little bit above the knees. We're going to lie on our side again. When we lie on our side, we're going to now take both legs, have them one on top of the other, pelvis here. And what I'm going to do, these are called clams with band, or TheraBand. So I'm going to take and slowly open up against that load, and then slowly come back together. If you notice on the way back together that you're kind of a little ratchety or bouncy, that's a sign that this muscle is not strong and it needs to be worked. I have people do 3 sets of 10 of these, 3 sets on each side. So I'll do 10 on one side and then flip over and do 10 on the other side. The next exercise is an isometric exercise, meaning that the length of the muscle is not changing during the exercise. And this is a good entry-level exercise if the other exercises that I'm giving you feel too advanced. What we're going to do, I'm showing this with a foam roller. But you could certainly use this, a roll of paper towels in between. And I'm showing this with a trochanteric belt because a lot of times when someone has SI joint instability issues, they will have a trochanteric belt, but you could certainly just use the belt that's around your waist, a piece of rope, anything like that. So what we're going to do for this exercise is put something in between your legs so that they're about 4 to 6 inches apart. And then we're going to take the belt and tighten that down around. Then what we're going to do is with our hips up here at a 45-degree angle, the isometric exercise is to squeeze, in this case the foam roller, squeeze my hips together against it. That's working the adductor muscles, the groin or inner thigh muscles. I'm going to do that for 3 seconds. And then I'm going to do the opposite extending out against the belt, working my abductor muscles for 3 seconds. This exercise helps to work those lateral stabilizer muscles that we talked about and is very important for getting lasting stability at the SI joints. I'll usually have someone do 3 sets of 10 of this. In between the sets, they can just take and rest. With that exercise, sometimes people will notice a pop or a click that happens. That shouldn't be painful, and it's the SI joints kind of readjusting, and that's fine. Lastly, the exercise I'm going to show you is what's called a bird dog. And a bird dog helps. It's a core exercise, but it also is helping you to understand how to move your hip separate from your low back and pelvis. So we're going to take and put our knees underneath our hips, our hands underneath our shoulders, and then I'm going to brace my core, keeping my spine in neutral, bracing my core like someone was going to hit me, and I'd be okay with that. And then what I'm going to do is slowly come out with my arm and my leg, keeping that core engaged, not arching in my low back, keeping my core engaged, and not bringing my leg up too high. I'm going to hang out here for 10 seconds, balancing, keeping my core engaged. I say to my patients, pretend you had a glass of red wine here and you didn't want to spill it on your carpet. After 10 seconds, I'll have the patient come back in, doing that in a controlled fashion. Then we're going to come out the other direction, keeping my core engaged, keeping my hips level, not overextending my thigh so that I go into extension in my low back. We don't want to do that. Holding for 10 seconds and coming back in. I'll have people do, on this one, I have them do 3 sets of 5 on each side, holding for 10 seconds. Good, coming in this way. Tell my patients to drive through their heel when they're here, just like this. Maintaining that core, not hyperextending in the low back, not bringing the leg up too high. This is not an exercise to see how high you can bring the leg up. It's can you move your arms and your legs separate from your core, being engaged and maintaining stability. So those are 4 simple exercises that can help you stabilize the muscles around your SI joints to help provide stability. Sacroiliac joints found here in the lower part of the back can be a common cause of lower back, pelvic region, and hip region pain, sometimes also leading to sciatica symptoms. We've got another video up here that really dives deep into what does that look like when someone has SI joint problems, what are common causes of it, goes through the anatomy. We're not going to redo that here, but you can check out that video. In this video, though, we're going to go over how to strengthen the muscles that stabilize those ligaments. You see, muscles and ligaments, they kind of work as partners. And when your ligaments aren't doing their job, they're too unstable, that SI joint can't find stability, the muscles are going to really need to take over and do their part. In this video, we're going to go over 4 exercises. The first 2 are going to work what's called your gluteus medius muscle. And your gluteus medius muscle comes off your iliac crest here and attaches down into the top of your greater trochanter of your hip. When it contracts, it picks your leg up out to the side like this. And when someone has a weakness in that muscle, how it will present to them is they're going to, when they're standing, find that they kind of pop a hip out to the side, that they're not really comfortable just standing upright like this for a long time. So if they're in a line or hanging out talking to someone, they might notice that they pop their hip out to the side. Also when they're walking, they might notice that more. You see, the gluteus medius's job is when I pick up a leg, it keeps my pelvis level instead of letting it drop down this way. So if it's not firing good, when I pick a leg up and I've lost that support, my hip's going to pop out. It's very important to finding stability and healing those SI joints. The third exercise I'm going to give you is going to work two sets of muscles, two groups of muscles. The first one is your adductors, which come off of this region of your pelvis here, go down and attach onto the inside of your leg. And then the second one is going to work your adductors, your abductors, which come out here and help to bring the leg out. Both of those muscles, actually the gluteus medius involved as well, are giving you stability in this lateral plane. And a lot of us are weak in that because we just don't exercise that way. We go to the gym and we work flexors and extensors, but we very rarely work our lateral stabilizers. And just modern life doesn't give us a lot of chances to do that either. The last exercise is going to be one that's going to work on the core. Your core muscles attach in here to your iliac crest and up into your ribs along your spine. So giving stability to that exercise is also going to work your glute max, which is here. The glute max starts along your iliac crest and runs all the way down your sacrum. So by crossing that SI joint, having a gluteus maximus that is functionally fired,